Got an NAD 6155 cassette deck in for service. This one just needs the belts changed. There's 4 of them in here, and we're going to take the mechanism all apart. The guy that owns it bought the belt kit, but when he went to get into it, he realized it was a little bit over his head, so we're going to take care of that. I'll show you guys how to change all 4 belts in this unit. This is an NAD 6155 that was brought in for belt replacement, and the owner of this has already ordered the belts. Should be a package inside that has all the belts I need. So let's get started. There's the belt kit. Let's change them. Well, there are 4 belts to be replaced on this. There's 1 belt over here for the counter. There's a belt here that controls. This is actually for the auto stop mechanism. Then we've got a drive belt here that is for the real drive, and of course capstan belt that need to be changed. This is a 2.5mm hex key, by the way. Now the reason these mechanisms are so hard to get out is because they're actually glued down here. So I had to pull this whole front off so that I could get the screwdriver into here and break this stupid bond so that I could pull the mechanism out to work on it. And it's just ridiculous. So now that I've got the bond broken, I should be able to lift the chassis out. I think the buttons have to pop off too. Because they're going to catch. Well, the button cap's off. The unit will now come out of the chassis. All that work to get the mechanism out so that I can remove the screws that hold the bracket in place so that I can get in behind and change this one stupid belt. They did not make this unit an easy. Plus the fact that, like, I had to disconnect the spring here for the record play switch that just clips on there. Plus the fact that none of this plugs plug in, right? Everything is soldered onto the board. So you got to work with very limited spacing on the wires to get at it. But now there is just a couple of screws that hold the bracket in place. There's 2 screws here, and I think there's 2 on this side too, or one screw over here, and then this plate will drop off, and then I can get at the pinch roller, or the flywheel, to change the belt in behind it. There's a lot of work tearing one of these down to change the belts. And just as much work to put it back together when I'm done. One more screw. And now this plate will lift off. Now this plate will lift out of the way so that I can remove the capstan shaft. There's a little washer on the front here we're going to pull off. And now I can swing this out of the way enough that I can get it out, get the flywheel out like that to change this belt that's in behind it. That little belt got to get changed. We'll lubricate that while we've got it apart, but it's a lot of work to tear this thing down. So I hope you guys are getting something out of this. There's a lot of disassembly required to get at it. Put a little bit of oil on there. I'm going to clean the crud off of here first. For this I'm going to use MG Chemicals HFE electronics cleaner. I'll just spray this onto a cotton swab and then we'll use that to clean off the flywheel. As you can see, that's got off the black residue. So it's in good shape. We'll start reassembling this unit now. That's that one. We'll get the capstan belt next. We'll put the capstan belt around the pulley here. Ah, dropped it. Oh, for Christ's sake. Get the capstan belt into place. We'll there we go. Capstan belt is in place now. Just gotta put the rest of the screws in to hold the bracket into place. that's in place. Now I got to remove these two screws here so I can get the, remove these two screws so I can lift the front panel off so I can change the counter belt, put the new counter belt on. And of course I got to put the little retainer on. This is to keep any lubricant from seeping forward and getting onto the capstan shaft. So we'll remove these screws now. I'm always cautious about really tight screws with this little screwdriver because I've broken them before. The screws have been too tight. Good luck finding another bit for one of those. Okay, lift that down. I can be able to fish this off. Get the new one in place. There's that one out. And drop in place the new one. Time to mount the chassis again. Should go in a little easier than it came out because, say, it was stuck along the bottom. Get that belt over the tape counter here so to make sure it's going to turn. Looks like it moves. That's good. Okay. Now just drop the chassis back in, like that. And there's a couple screws go through here with some nuts on the back side of them. When you put this back together, make sure that the little pin here goes through the hole in this bracket, otherwise it's not going to open. Okay, the mechanism is mounted. Now I'm just going to attach the screws to the bottom, and then we'll reroute the record cord. This goes around a little pulley down here and connects over here with the record play switch. So when you put it in record, it pulls the switch into the record mode. Let's get the front remounted now. Just sits in there like that, and some screws hold it in on the sides and on the bottom. See, normally it's just these screws that come out and the mechanism slides out, but for whatever reason this one got stuck, so I had to take the whole front off it and pry it. Normally you just remove these ones on the bottom and the buttons, and the mechanism slides out. But as I say, this one was a little more stubborn. Oops. There. Trick is you gotta take those off, right? Again, the 2.5mm hex key to hold on the cassette cover. And that's how that works. when the machine goes into record, there's a lever that gets pulled, and that lever pulls on this nylon cord, which goes around this little pulley here, and it pulls the record switch over there, just like that, to put it into record. Simple as that. There's an adjustment for that screw, or that screw there. Adjust this direction of travel on the tension arm, so that you keep it so it's just under tension, so that it's not pulling the switch. The switch itself is in the fully playback position. If you have too much tension on this, it's going to pull the switch slightly and may cause motorboating sound, or it just not to play back. And that adjustment is made only if this cord is changed, which we haven't done. And when it goes into record, you'll notice that the spring will pull slightly, right? It pulls tension on it. Okay, unit is now ready for testing. Okay, we're going to adjust the motor speed. The motor speed control is down here. Let's get a look at the output on the scope here. Frequency counter. We'll get the speed set exactly to 440. Speed is now set. We'll just make sure that all the functions operate. Rewind, fast forward, course play, and we'll do a recording on here. Let me grab a tape I can record on. We're going to record on a nice, good condition. Look at that. Beauty, huh? Let's see how this thing sounds on a real tape. A TDK SA60 high bias type 2. Okay, we're going to record Dolby C. Don't need the MPX filter on. I'm ready to go. As the saying goes, locked and loaded. Release the pause and hit play. Recorded. Let's rewind. We'll play it back, and like before, I'm going to punch the sound in, so you're going to hear the sound right off of the tape. Okay, there it is. The unit's repaired, new belts installed, ready to go back together. Good as new. Thanks for watching. Now you know how to take one of these things apart and change the 4 belts that are in it. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you again in the next one real soon. Bye for now.